Jennifer Freegard, and I'm here to tell you about Salt, a food truck franchise. I want to start my own restaurant, but I don't have enough money. That's a phrase that many of us hear from our friends, family, and coworkers. Starting a new restaurant requires a large capital investment. It also requires that the owner stay in the same geographical location for the duration of owning the business. According to Restaurants.com, starting a new restaurant from scratch can cost up to $500,000. In addition to the cost, starting a restaurant can be one of the riskiest and scariest things that someone does during their lifetime. In fact, 1 in 4 restaurants fail within the first year of operations. Salt, a food truck franchise, provides a solution to this problem. Salt provides a channel for individuals to own their own restaurant at low startup costs. To open a franchise, franchisees will be required to pay an initial franchise fee of $35,000. Additionally, franchisees would have the ability to park their business virtually anywhere, given the mobility of a food truck. Opening a franchise provides franchisees the opportunity to have their own business, but not be in the business by themselves. A franchise provides franchisees with independence while also providing a pre-tested and established product that already has brand recognition. Franchisees would be provided with a pre-fabricated food truck for an initial franchise fee of $35,000. In addition to the franchise fee, franchisees would be required to pay a $2,000 per month truck leasing fee. The company's monthly income is derived from advertising and royalty fees charged to franchisees. Each franchisee would be charged a 3% advertising fee and a 6% royalty fee based upon their monthly gross income. In addition to revenue earned from franchisees, the company will have 2 corporate-owned food trucks that are expected to gross $600,000 in sales by the end of year 3. A food truck franchise provides benefits to both the franchisor and the franchisees over a traditional franchise. Food truck franchise is thought to cost 1/3 the amount of a traditional brick-and-mortar franchise. These savings will be passed down from the franchisor to the franchisees. Additionally, a food truck franchise provides the flexibility to find engaged clientele and active sites. A food truck franchise means higher net revenues, lower upfront costs, and the ability to react quickly to demand by changing locations with a mobile unit. The company will have 2 corporate-owned trucks. The company also anticipates that there will be 2 franchisee-run trucks during the first year of operations. This will result in 4 Salt food trucks in the marketplace during year 1. Our plan is to disperse these trucks within a limited geographical location, kind of like a web, in order to identify the ideal marketplace. Once these ideal locations are identified, the company will replicate these markets in other metropolitan areas throughout the country. The trucks themselves are essentially a mobile billboard, which will help build brand name recognition. The company will reach consumers through mobile apps such as Yelp and Urban Spoon. In addition, the company will launch a mobile coupon program using social media outlets such as Facebook and Instagram. Advertisements will be posted on these social media outlets, asking consumers to text a specific word such as salt or pretzel to a provided number. Consumers that send a text message to this number will receive a mobile coupon with various promotional offers such as buy 1 meal, get a second meal for free. This advertising plan is geared towards increasing consumer awareness. In the first year of operations, the company expects to have $180,000 gross sales from the corporate-owned food trucks, in addition to $150,400 in sales for franchise fees, truck rental expense, and royalty advertising fees from the franchisees. These revenues are expected to more than double by the end of year 5. Currently, there are very few food truck franchises in the marketplace. Therefore, there are few, if any, direct competitors with Salt. The company's largest competitors include other popular franchises such as Subway, Quiznos, Cold Stone Creamery, and Dunkin' Donuts. The management team will incorporate individuals with various backgrounds to fill the diverse management roles of the company. It is crucial to find individuals who have a passion for serving the public local, fresh food. The Chief Executive Officer President will provide insight to all members of management and will report directly to the advisory committee. The committee will comprise of members from varying backgrounds, including some of the gurus to this industry. The Chief Operations Officer will provide for additional advising and will be an experienced startup guru. It will be the Chief Financial Officer's role to perform financial analysis of the company's growth and identify areas in which efficiencies can be gained. The company expects to break even and recognize positive cash flows by the end of year 1 and recognize net profit by the end of year 2. The company will be in at least 10 metropolitan cities by year 5. Every year for the first 5 years of operations, the company will need to expand into an average of 2 metropolitan cities in order to meet the goal of being in 10 cities by year 5. The company's operation model is designed to have large margins, which will help facilitate the goal of reaching a net profit by year 2. An additional benchmark for the company will be to recognize positive operating margins during year 1. In addition to these projections, it is the company's goal to be considered one of the best new restaurants in Seattle Magazine by year 2. Startup costs for the franchise will equal $850,000. This includes $360,000 to acquire 6 food trucks at $60,000 each, and $490,000 to cover 2 years of operating expenses. Operating expenses include salaries and wages expense, general and administrative expenses, office expenses, and rent expense. Salt, a food truck franchise, will provide individuals an opportunity to experience the independence of owning their own business for a lower initial investment and less risk than opening a new restaurant, all while providing the flexibility of a food truck. As noted on the previous slide, the company will need approximately $850,000 to cover startup costs and provide for 2 years of working capital. The company intends to obtain a loan in the amount of $450,000 from a financial institution. At startup, the business will have secured 6 food trucks, a lease on the company's headquarters, and a total of 3 employees for an initial estimated value of $591,000. I am asking for a $400,000 investment in return for 20% ownership in Salt. It is expected that the company will be self-supporting by the end of year 2. Thank you very much for your time.